guys and gals, and over here from Drakewing Gaming. And some of you on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with another Let's Play episode of Tennis Ace, June's Path. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Let's go. Let's see, where were we? There we go. Okay. Yep, okay. There are currently 3 schools I have my eyes on. The number 1 choice, though, is the Cologne University of Music, which is the most prestigious music institution in all of Europe. Whoa, for real? And you can get in there? They're very selective. If I didn't have a 7-year hiatus in my piano competitions, and assuming I spent my entire time getting the same level of results as I did before I stopped, my approval would be pretty much certain. But now, even if I manage to fulfill my goal of winning every competition I'm taking part in this year, it'll still be a toss-up. That's why I have 2 other backup choices in case I don't get in. They're also leading schools in the musical world, but nowhere near as prestigious. I really want to get into my top choice, though. That's been my dream since I was a kid. Wow, I can't even imagine. I've never really dreamed of college or specialized education myself. My dad taught me about tennis when I was only 6. At the time, I found it very fun, but I didn't have any lofty goals related to it. After he passed away, though, it felt to me like tennis was the only way I could feel close to him. So I kept going because of the memory pushing me forward. Even though I fell in love with the sport and decided to make it my career, there's still nights when I can't sleep, wondering if this is really my own dream or if I just stole someone else's. And you've never had a doubt about it? Not even once did you think that maybe this isn't what you wanted after all? No, never. I started playing piano when I was 3. By the time I turned 8, I already spent all my day playing it. It was what I loved to do the most. I could never imagine a future without it. After all, from the moment I had any awareness of who I was as a person, the piano was the most important thing in my life. Of course, things didn't go quite as planned. My goals changed a little bit now that I'm aiming to be a game composer instead of a professional pianist. My education choice isn't really affected by that. I can't really see any other path for me. I don't know what to say. I want to say that I feel the same way for tennis, but it's so weird. I don't know if I can share the same level of conviction over it as he does. I've never really stopped to think just how driven June must be following a goal like this with all his heart. It's so weird to see someone that seems so meek and absent-minded and realize that they're actually fighting really hard to make a huge dream come true. Even now, I feel like I'm still misjudging him due to the childish image I have of him in my head. Every time I think that's changed, I realize it's not yet the case. Sorry. Huh? What for? Just sorry in general. Okay, I'm not really sure how to answer that. That's alright, you don't need to say anything. I place a hand on top of June's head, gently petting it and running my fingers through the soft, fluffy fur. Just seeing that peaceful, warm smile on his face makes my heart tighten up. June, I'm so grateful to you, in more ways than you can even imagine. Come on, there's no point in standing around by a street corner. We should head to our first destination already. Yeah! Wait, where are we going again? Why are you agreeing so enthusiastically when you have no idea? It just sounded like a very exciting thing when you said it. Never change, June. Huh? How come? Take it now. Water time. Oh, yeah. Oh, God, I didn't mean that. It sounds so sexual. I mean, these clothes are gonna get kind of sweaty and gross eventually, so I really need to... I didn't mean it like that. Just follow me, you dork. Oh, okay. After about 20 minutes walking through the downtown streets, we finally reach our destination, a small bakery that was recommended to me by Shuichi. This is where we came to get the cake for his dad's welcome home party a while ago, although the party itself ended up tanking because the idiot decided he just had to cook. At least the cake itself was pretty tasty, so I decided this would be a nice spot to come to June. Come to June with. Ooh, cakes! Lots of cakes and pastries! Yep, I know you like sweets, so this is my first stop. Yay, cakes! Are you even listening to me right now? Here, let's sit on this table right here and try not to make too much noise. Got it! June obediently follows along with me, pulling up 2 chairs by a small corner table near the display case. You have to make your order on the counter. Just tell me what you want, I'll get it for you. Strawberry anything. Really? Anything? Yeah, I really like strawberry. It's my favorite flavor, after all. Huh. I guess I should take a mental note of that. Well then, let's see what options they have. Hi there, good afternoon. What can I help you with? Good afternoon. What do you guys have that is strawberry flavored? We have a few things: strawberry shortcake, a strawberry and cream tart, strawberry eclair, candied strawberries. The eclairs are our most popular strawberry-flavored dessert. Sounds good enough for me. Can I have a strawberry eclair for my friend and a lime tart for me? Certainly. The clerk grabs a pair of tongs and grabs one of each of my order, putting them in individual paper plates and placing them on a plastic tray to be carried to the table. I quickly pay for the bill. Granted, I do it without June's knowledge and take our things back to the table. And done. Ooh, is that an eclair? It looks really good. You couldn't hear us talking at the counter? It's only 5 or so steps away. Sorry, I got a little distracted, so I wasn't paying attention. Distracted by what? Right, that makes sense, I guess. What? Hey, June, don't eat it with your hands. Huh? I can't? Why do you think I placed a fork and knife right next to your plate? Sorry, I didn't notice them. Come on, I know I usually say it's adorable how easily distracted you are, but even that has its limits. We're in public. Don't eat with your hands in public. Can't believe I'm having to teach you that lesson. I know you're not supposed to do that. I just didn't see the silverware, so I thought it was the only choice. Sure, keep telling yourself that, buddy. Ooh, the cream inside the strawberry flavor is strawberry flavored too. Is it good? Yes, it's delicious. I'm glad to hear. If it lets me see more of that precious smile, then I'm on board to treat him like this as many times as I can. What about your lime tart, Yuichi-san? It's pretty good, yeah. I tend to prefer them slightly more acidic, but this one is still delicious. I can taste the lime in it pretty well. It certainly looks good. I wouldn't trade my eclair for it, though. And nobody's asking you to, you dork. The two of us laugh at nothing in particular, enjoying our desserts while throwing away trivial conversation. You're just so easy to talk to. It sometimes surprises me just how chatty he really is, considering how shy he was when we first met. He also shows an interest in pretty much any topic that is brought up as well, so I never feel like I'm racking my brain trying to think of something he might enjoy talking about. If it's something he knows and likes, he'll contribute heavily to the conversation while gushing about it. If it's something he doesn't know very well or doesn't have a personal interest in, he'll ask questions about it to try to find out more why I like it. He's a pretty good conversationalist once you get through that shy exterior, and his bubbly attitude always has a way of lifting my spirits. By the way, I hope I'm not overstepping any boundaries here, but I was kind of hoping I could ask you a bit more about your old school. Why that of all things? Well, it was apparently a big chunk of your life, but I still feel like I know nothing about it. I suppose that's true. There's not much to talk about, though. The student body was pretty small, less than 100 students in total. It was also a boarding school, so I shared a dorm room with another student there. It was really awkward once I started getting older and realizing I was interested in guys. How so? Well, dorms weren't assigned specifically based on age. My roommate was 3 years older than me, and he was a track runner. He was also really confident in his body, so he didn't feel a need to go to the bathroom whenever he needed to get changed. It was hard not to look. Oh, damn. I can imagine that situation being quite awkward for him. There was also the communal showers. Those were always bordering on giving me a panic attack just thinking of all the ways I could embarrass myself in there. Other than that, it was pretty normal school. The class had about 15 or so students at any given time. We had class projects, presentations, papers, tests, those kinds of things. What about friends? You lived and studied there for 7 years, right? Sure you must have had some. Not really. What? I have a hard time believing that. You're so sweet and kind and nice. How could you not have any friends? You and Shuichi went through a lot of effort to bring me into your group and make me feel welcome. Can you really imagine a bunch of 11-year-olds doing the same? I never had the confidence to insert myself into other people's conversations either. I ended up just spending all my time alone playing piano in the music room. They also had a piano room in there? Yeah, it was one of the best parts of the place. And they had music lessons as a part of the curriculum to serve as a kind of musical therapy. Musical therapy? For a brief second, I swore I could hear a sound akin to a squeak coming from the tiger as his eyes went wide. Yeah, I mean, think about it. Cram a bunch of young kids into a dorm away from their friends and families. Is it any surprise they need help adjusting? I guess that makes sense. Or at the very least, I really want to believe it. Music is a really powerful thing. It can calm the soul and make you feel better when you're down. It's also a great way to let out any bottled up feelings in a constructive manner. After all, there's a song for every possible emotion you could feel. You just pick the one that matches up with your own feelings and use it to let them out. It sounds like hippie talk. A part of me wants to say that to poke some fun at the tiger just for the sake of embarrassing him a little, but that'd probably be cruel. Remember, Yuichi, no messing with people's beliefs. That's a no-no. At least you could use the piano to have a good time there, right? Yeah, it was the only thing that made it tolerable a lot of the time. I'm really glad I met all of you, especially you, Yuichi-san. I wasn't in a good place when I came back home, and it really helped. Oh, no, I didn't know about that either. What was wrong? It's hard to explain. There's a lot to unpack there, and I wouldn't even know where to start. At the very least, I used to feel really lonely for the longest time, and now I don't. And it's all thanks to you. My heart pounds hard inside my chest, ringing all the way into my ears. Just seeing June's face like that is enough to make my own face grow hot and red and make my ears tingle. I'm glad that I've been there for you, then. Yeah, I'm so thankful to you, Yuichi-san, for a lot more than you know. I guess he and I have been sharing a wavelength on that without even noticing, after all. What about our school? What do you think of it? I really like it. Granted, I finally have friends again, and that really helps a whole lot. But in general, it just feels like a much more positive environment. There are more people around, so it helps with the feeling of isolation too. I can't believe I'm asking this, but we can't have been the first friends you ever had, can we? No, not at all. Back before I went to the boarding school I studied in, I used to have a handful of friends. I was a lot more athletic, too. I like to run around and play sports. Soccer is my favorite. I was lean back then, too. Really? What happened? Well, that's tricky to answer. I guess I had a lot going on at the same time when I transferred to my old school. I was feeling so out of it that I couldn't socialize properly at first. When I finally felt better, too much time had passed. I already had a reputation as a loner, and I could feel the barrier between me and my classmates growing bigger and bigger. It was a weird time. Damn, it's all heartbreaking to hear. Man, I have a hard time picturing a June like that. It's not like he isn't social. He's not bad with people by any means. I'm picturing him as some kind of social butterfly athlete that loves running around. Am I forgiven for thinking that there's no way those two can be the same person? It literally does not compute in my head. What about you, Yuichi-san? Me? Huh? What about me? You've told me a little bit about you before, including how different you used to be when you were a kid. What changed? Well, I guess I had too much pride. What does that mean? Back when I was a kid, everyone always painted me as this once-in-a-lifetime prodigy that would completely change the world of tennis. And I got really used to being called that. I had a lot of pride in my skills and used to think I was better than everyone, even if I always made sure not to show it. After all, that'd just be poor sportsmanship. Alright, y'all, I'm actually going to pause it right there. It's late. I'll hop on VR and beat my friends. Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. I love you all, and I shall see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!